Hi there, we're coming to you live today again from Dunoon as part of the National Roadshow, where we're touring around different towns and cities in Scotland and meeting with folk who are involved in different organisations and projects all around the country. And joining me first of all today is Bill Nelson, who runs the First Aid for Gambia local charity. So can you tell me a wee bit about what the charity is and what it does?
Well, we set up in 2009 with the view of taking first aid training and first aid supplies to schools in Gambia. And that's now grown, and we look after 72 schools where there are about 20,000 children enrolled. And we do staff training and community member training. And we also run training for new mothers through the local clinics. And we also work with some vocational training centres so that folk leave with a certificate equivalent to our First Aid at Work certificate in the UK. And we operate to the same standards as UK qualifications.
And so what else have you been involved in other than that side of it?
I work as a first aid trainer, and the reason this came about, my background is I was actually born in West Africa and spent the first 20 odd years of my life there. So this seemed like a natural progression just to sort of link the west coast of Scotland with the west coast of Africa. And it's been an exciting time in Gambia recently with all the political developments as well.
Great, and where do you see the charity going forward?
Well, we're looking to maintain ourselves at our present level for the time being. Obviously, funding's a major issue with any charity these days, but we managed to survive on around about £8,000 to £10,000 a year. As I say, to look after about 20,000 children with no overheads, apart from the wages that we pay to our Gambian trainer, and he gets paid the equivalent of a headmaster's salary, which amounts to about £600 a year. So there's a major difference between standards here and, shall we say, in West Africa. We will gradually expand a little bit further, finances being available, basically. But we're also looking now to maybe develop stronger ties with the new government now that democracy has taken over in Gambia, and the previous incumbent president has left the country, and there's a new era of democracy. First time that a dictator basically has been overthrown by the ballot box in Gambia. So it's exciting times ahead, especially today where the inauguration is officially taking place on the 52nd anniversary of their independence from Great Britain. So they're making big rapid steps forward for a very small country of about 1.9 million people. Independent country with great prospects for the future.
Great, and if you're looking for support at the moment, what is it you're trying to achieve with that?
Okay, well, currently we have a project where our medical supplies company that we use contacted me recently to say, look, would you like a few freebies? And of course I said yes. So it started off as a couple of pallet loads of stuff, which would probably cost us about 250 quid to ship out to Gambia, so that was very manageable for us. However, within the space of 10 days, that then grew, and they actually ended up sending 14 massive pallets of materials, which is an amazing, generous donation. But it gave us a bit of a nice headache in a way, because we've got to find about £2,500 to ship it out to Gambia. We're getting on well. We've still got about 1,500 that we need to raise, and we've set up an appeal page on BT My Donate. So if you look up First Aid for Gambia on BT My Donate, look at our events and our appeal, you'll see that we're running an appeal. Basically, it's a case of if everybody could chip in a quid, the problem would go away and my headache would go away.
That's great. Well, thank you very much for talking to us. Please do keep an eye on the Facebook page throughout the day. We are going to be doing live streams. Later on, we've got some live streams from councillors and some live music coming up. And just to reiterate, we are in the Forward shop in Dunoon today, so if you are nearby, please do drop in, say hello, and get a free copy of today's paper. So keep an eye on the Facebook page. We'll be back with you shortly.